was just about to go to sleep. But whoever this is like dragging my energy back to my desk. So I guess I'll do this reading. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jordan. I do tarot. It's fun. Sometimes my cats join me. And I have a strange collective reading today. I have very little idea what this is actually going to be about, but I have the basics here. Someone does not want to look at something. Someone wants to admit something, but they don't want to actually look at it. They want to talk about it, but they don't want to think about it, is what I'm getting. There's a lot of guilt involved in this situation. They're trying to avoid it because they feel like if they think about it, like they'd have to withdraw from something in their life. They'd have to like take time to sit and think about this. Maybe they're waiting to think about this, but they don't want to look at it right now. But they can't help it. They're like obsessed mentally. It's like circling in their head over and over again. Something about a love affair. Something that didn't quite take off the ground. They may have lost a soulmate. This person's like looking or chasing after a soulmate. This wasn't even part of the reading. I wasn't even going to go down this route. Where was this? Okay. Yeah. Something didn't take off. And this person can't stop thinking about it because there's unconditional love here. And they denied that. They didn't want to see that in the moment, that this person was their soulmate. It was their divine feminine. It was their counterpart. This person's avoiding it. Now, there's something here in the past that made them really happy. I don't think it's this person. I don't think it's this divine feminine. I think it's something else that actually led them to court. Maybe some type of jail time. They got into trouble somehow. They thought that it was their happiness, but I'm getting that they were following some type of like desire. I'm hearing road to ruin. They were following some kind of like road to ruin, but it was masked as happiness. We also have nightclub. This could be like drinking. This could be addictions. I'm getting the sense like this is the type of person, this is, in a funny way, this scenario is like when you believe the stripper really loves you at a nightclub. It could be something like that. This person feels immensely guilty for whatever they did here, and they're looking for the key, or they want to give you the key to their dreams. They know that they don't have a hand to negotiate with here because they set something on fire. This may have involved children. They could have been really immature. They feel like this misfortune. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they feel like they're deserving of this misfortune. Whatever like hole that they've dug themselves here, they feel like they've earned it or they deserve it in some way. I'm like really, really cold. Which is weird. I'm like wearing a jacket and I'm bundled up. So I guess I should just like hermit a little, I guess, you know. I don't know why I got so cold all of a sudden. Maybe this person feels like they were, like you've left them out in the cold. Yeah. They're feeling so guilty, depressed. But it's like when they think about this, I think when they look in this or when they look in the mirror, this depresses them so much, like they lose motivation for everything else. There's something here about like they took, it's like they took like a happy pill or something, or that's what they feel like they're looking at their past and how they made a mistake or how they ended up in trouble, and they feel like they took a happy pill. This feels almost like they were trying to cope with some kind of like, yeah, this reminds me of like a study that was done that like men in like their late 20s will often use substance abuse to deal with like unprocessed emotions. So it could be something like that. But I'm not sure if I'm really picking up on substances. Can I get an energy for this person? What's going on with this person? Oh, wow. Okay, we have 2. Very intense energies. The crow on the back of the deck. Someone here is really intuitive or psychic, but superficial, or maybe they don't show off that they're super psychic. Yeah, they're like a mirror. Yeah, this person can't help it. I'm hearing, is it like Tame Impala? Something in the middle of June. All I think about is you. What I'm really hearing from it is the line where they say, usually I watch TV to distract from thinking about you and me, but today I see our lives in plain view on the silver screen, or something like that. And he's referring to like this person is seeing, they're unable to escape whatever happened to them, or whatever happened in this situation, even though they don't want to look at it. It's like they're trying so hard to avoid it, but it's everywhere they look. Yeah, they feel like, and that's why they're like desperate to get a message out to you or to figure something out. So the energies that I pulled here, we have the fire ant, which is aggressive, actually. I'd love to pull up what it says in the book here. I pulled directly to it. We have the fire ant, aggression, rigid thinking, following orders. This person is trying to like disassociate, I think, a bit in order to like get work done. This person might try to like just not think at all, follow orders, because I'm seeing, it's I think Malcolm in the Middle. I think it's Reese is the older brother when he joins the military, and he tells like the drill sergeant, he's like, oh, well, all I had to do was like stop thinking and listen to what you told me to do, and then things became so easy, and he became like the perfect soldier. And so like that's kind of what this person's vibe is right now, where they're like, well, if I like just do my responsibilities and don't think about this, things will be a lot easier for me. But that's not the case. This person also might be drinking in order to deal with this. Maybe there's like a DUI involved, or some kind of charges, something legally. Maybe they have to go like to like AA meetings, and they're starting to process. Yeah, it could be that. It could be like they're just now starting, like if they were to look at this in the face, they would start to process the fact that like a lot of whatever happened here, because they're trying to let something go quite aggressively, actually. They're trying to avoid it until it like it disappears, but like it's right there, you know? Interesting. So the fire ant. Fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. Yeah, this person needs to like take a walk. But I do get the sense that there's something from the past. Yeah, there's like some, it's like they look back and they get angry because they're like, how did I think that was going to make me happy? How did I think that was happiness? Or it could even be like, how did I lose that? Like, how did I let go of my happiness? How could I have done that to myself and ended up in so much trouble? I feel like they ruined their own happiness in a way, but it's not, it feels impending. It doesn't feel like total change yet. It just feels like the precipice of change. I don't know why my eye looks so bad in this lighting. I'm really tired though. Let me take a look at the bat. I know that's about like letting go. This is an air sign, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. The fire ant is obviously a fire sign, so Sagittarius, Aries or Leo. Am I just not gonna find this? I know it's in the beginning, so how am I was already on it, I just didn't. So the bat is about darkness, letting go, and death leading to rebirth. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. I was just saying that, like, if this person were to just look this in the face, to just shine a light on whatever shadows were playing a part here. But they like want to be in denial that this doesn't hurt. This feels like this person just doesn't know how to process their emotions, and they're coping really badly. The bat is a master of the subtle senses, of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day dawns. No more lingering in the past. In the past. No more lingering in the past. Yeah, this person's like really focused on a past happiness. They feel really guilty about whatever went on here. Like, because they didn't see what was like obviously going to happen. I feel like there was an obvious outcome to this and they didn't see it. Or they thought it wouldn't happen to them. But this person can't stop mulling this over. I feel like they're really chewing on it. Can I get 1 or 2 messages for my collective? Okay, well 2 just flew right out. We have power in reverse. This person does feel very powerless in this situation. I feel like they don't really know what to do. Okay. I'll deal with that later. I feel like they don't really know what to do. Yeah, they seem to have lost something. Or they're focusing on like recouping some kind of finances. That's coming right up above legal. So they may need to pay something off. Look at that. They're like trapped in a prison cell. It says trapped in fear due to emotional loss. But I feel like once they actually do look at this, take time to look at this situation, there's going to be some serious accelerated movement. Something's going to move super quickly. Or my neck is really itching. Ow. They might get like a nudge. Oh, they might really be struggling with sleeping. Maybe their neck hurts. Financial and material changes. This person has to make a real change. Because whatever they did got them in a lot of trouble. And I think it's left them in a lot of pain. I actually don't think the trouble is really the issue here. I think the emotional pain that they're feeling is. And I feel like it's being clouded by whatever consequences they're enduring here. Wow. This person feels very scared, like timid. Oh. Okay, I thought I saw something. Oh, we have warrior woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? This person's ready to fight. Oh, and that's so funny. We have warrior woman, right? And then we have the ace of light. And I actually have another deck. This is about training for lifetimes. Like you've been training for this for lifetimes. I actually have another deck. Play, have fun, celebrate. And the Ace of Swords in it is called the Ace of Light. And it has a similar vibe to this for that Ace of Swords. Like that exact sword. So I actually see it as like yeah, this person knows that they have to make a change. They don't really want to. I feel like they're really codependent on something or maybe someone. Maybe someone that they go out with or have fun with, that they play with. That might be like a big part of their emotional support web and they might not be ready to like let that go. But I think that they're recognizing that in order to like aggressively take control of their situation, their life, to get out of this trouble, they have to let go of some type of like lifestyle. I don't think they're ready to yet. They actually might be acting a bit recklessly. Yeah, they might be acting a bit recklessly just because they're not ready to let go. But I do see this person with well-being. This actually came out of this deck. Totally different decks, by the way. And it says you're already doing it. I think this person's already on the path. I think they're at least recognizing this. This seems like a very masculine energy, if I can be completely honest. But it feels like it's being guided by a feminine guide, like a feminine guide or ancestor or angel. Something here. They're very pushy. But I feel like that's partly this person's natural consciousness is kind of like now, we're impulsive. So there is, yeah, there's like a deeper theme of, it's like the key to their dreams, the key to their happiness is some kind of discipline. Maybe also, what is that? Recalculating who they surround themselves with, because I feel like they're recognizing that their lifestyle, or maybe even their habits, their coping mechanisms, are the reason why a relationship didn't work out for them. And I feel like they're very heartbroken for that. They're blaming themselves for a lot. They feel very guilty. So let's go ahead and get into some tarot, because I've been yapping here on the Oracle for long enough. There's not much more I can squeeze out of this lemon. But this person is feeling very sour. They might be having really bad stomach issues as well. This person's going through quite a lot of misfortune, but their guide is like doing it. It's not that they're doing it intentionally, but I think that they recognize that they kind of have to kick this person's butt. They need to get them to stand up, or to take the blindfold off in a situation. This could be like they have people around them who are like genuinely bad characters, or have like bad intentions, or poor belief systems that they don't. I think this person on the inside knows it's kind of like icky, but like they don't say anything. And that might be part of it, is like Spirit needs you to open your eyes and stand up, because these people are like poisoning your mindset in some way, or like being around them is like poisoning your energy, or maybe even your reputation. This person, and it doesn't have to be you, I just kind of get into channeling, you know. But this person, like, their guide is trying to get them to open their eyes up to, like, I'm guessing, I'm assuming the quality of the people that they keep around them. They're like, this combination reminds me of the Panther really badly. And the Panther's all about purge energy. But when I think of the Panther in connection with this, it's almost like the Panther in reverse, where it's like calculating what needs to go, but not throwing it away yet. Oh, yeah. I actually have no idea what this is called, and I've never done this, but I've seen videos on it where people do this Eastern practice. It's a type of feng shui, I believe, where they find an item in their house and they go, well, does this bring me joy? No. And they throw it away. And this is kind of giving that impression where it's like this person is looking at everything in their life and they're like, does this bring me joy? Does this make me happy? Does this, yeah, no, it is about happiness. Does this keep me out of trouble, and does this keep me happy? Does this keep me stable? Might be part of it too. Yeah. Or is this a gamble? Is this a risk? Because we do have a gamble and a risk here. We also have Vegas on there. Yeah, it gives me kind of like that Panther in reverse energy, where it's like not being ready to fully do the purge, but calculating it, planning it. There's like intentions, but it almost feels like anger. It feels like it's coming from a place of rage. Like, and I think that rage is just a defense mechanism, like, and a bad one at that, for like fear, because this person is really scared. I think about whatever mess they've gotten themselves into. Let's get a couple more. We have Virgo. Something might have happened during Virgo season. Yeah, this person's planning, though. They're calculating. One thing that I love about Virgos is that they are... I have a Virgo Mars in my 10th house. It's like the only Virgo placement I have. And it makes me incredibly, incredibly analytical and rigid, strict, stern with my scheduling, with my planning, with anything to do with my passions. Like, I am on it. Like, just for my readings alone, this is like my one-day chart, because I can't just like free flow and channel. I like need a plan for it, which kind of does backfire because I tend to free flow channel anyways. But this person, I'm getting the sense they weren't planning for something to backfire on them, or they weren't planning. They thought it would be like easy. They thought something here would be easy, but they're not realizing they needed to realize, or they needed to go through some type of struggle, maybe to see it, that they're susceptible, they're vulnerable to it too. This feels like addiction, I'm going to be honest. You have maliciousness. Yeah, it's about the people around you. Look at that male sign. That's all about Mars energy, baby. Power, war, conflict, but also passion. Also passion. Can't forget the passion. You have negotiation. Again, this feels like a court situation. This feels more like a legal situation. There's that masculine again. Maybe like a group of masculines got caught doing something together. Got in trouble together. Or a group of masculines, like when they're together, they are karmically involved. So they are like, it's like a net zero or like a net negative whenever they get together. There's some kind of negotiation going on. This person also might be like bargaining inside, because letting go, I mean, can be a lot like grief for a lot of people. But I think this person is recognizing, like, I'm surrounded by like assholes and losers and people who like are up to no good. And one thing about Virgo is that it's the Virgin of the Madonna, you know? So I feel like this person actually does have there's some standard internal that they know that they need to hold themselves up to. There's a lot going on. This is it's weird because it's layered, but it's the exact same themes in every single layer. You know, this isn't like a cake where, like a multi-tiered cake where there's like mousse and cream and frosting and cake fluff and marshmallow and then like hard candies on top. No, this is like an onion. Like, you can peel back the layers, but it is all the same crunchy, tasty flavor that makes you cry. You have Sagittarius. They have their eyes set on something though, some kind of goal. Look at him shooting that bow. Like he wants to. They're aiming high. Maybe some kind of cycle, or they'll cut people off. Some kind of cycle will be completed by Sagittarius, or something will be revealed here by Sagittarius. Maybe these people don't want to let them go. There could also, this is just a side note, there could be like something malicious to do with a contract or some kind of deal or offer. But I very much see this masculine, because this is such a masculine energy. I feel like there's feminine guide though. It's so funny. It's so funny. And then we have Leo on the back of the deck. Something about like confidence here. Maybe like an alpha male group. Ooh. We have chance in reverse. Remember how I talked about gamble, risk? That's being run by Pluto, which is about fortune. It's like they miscalculated a risk. Interesting. And then there's betrayal. Yeah, maybe they thought these people like weren't. I feel like they didn't. Maybe because I'm hearing risk management. Like maybe someone was a risk around them, or they became a risk. Interesting. There's going to be multiple different things for different people. Interesting. I wanted to get into the tarot. How do I keep getting pulled away? My goodness. I'm going to pull. Let's do this deck. Yeah, why not? This is my David Bowie deck. I love this deck. I think it's the Starman. I don't really remember though. I have my Two of Wands. Yeah, this person was at a crossroads. Or they're coming up to one. And I fear there's some like, it's so funny, like karmic lesson involved here. I don't know why I'm saying it's funny. There's like a nervousness to this now. But it's steady. It's like calm but nervous, which is so funny to say. Prince of Wands, I think that's the page in this one. No. I think that's the knight in this one. Right? Yeah, I believe that's the knight. Ooh, wow, they made an impulsive choice here. Ooh, risky, reckless even. Two of Swords, that's coming up a second time. That's what started this whole reading, was the Two of Swords. They didn't see something. Yeah, like some kind of risk management. Like they didn't take something into account. Here, they didn't take some kind of risk into account. In my Seven of Pentacles. And they didn't get what they deserved. Or there's something here. They didn't take some kind of risk into account. And now something is like out of... It's no longer an option or it's unavailable now. We have the Sun, some kind of commitment. Maybe a contract. We have my betrayal card on the back again. Sorry, I was going to go shuffle, but then I saw that in the corner of my eye. Yeah, some kind of betrayal. I have my King of Cups and my Five of Cups. This person feels very alone, actually. I have my Princess of Cups on the back of the deck and the Wheel of Fortune. They're trying to manifest someone. Manifest someone that they might have lost. Someone that walked away from them that they honestly... felt very compatible with. But I feel like, yeah, they chose someone else over it. I feel like this person walked away first. So that might be a big thing that they're guilty about, is that they walked away first and then the other person walked away after. And they're only, again, it's something that they don't want to look in the face. It's like they could have lost like family support, friends, maybe their job, maybe their reputation. Like there's something here where they need to let go of some kind of group that does not have their best intentions at heart. But this person, I fear, is kind of codependent on this group. And this group isn't good for them. In fact, they're like a hive mind. And not a healthy one either. It's quite malicious. And I don't think that this person... I feel like these people would happily set this person up. This feels like a Judas Iscariot situation. Like this person's friends would throw them under the bus, would sell them out to the Romans for 12 gold coins, for 12 shekels, dude. Like there's not even a question about it. And I think this person's realizing that about it, but also feeling very powerless because they're codependent on them. They need these people for support. This could be a feminine, because I have been feeling this, like, it's weird. She's like, her energy's there, but she's not, she's pushy. I don't know. This could be a feminine in his real life. Something that's hard work. I know that I feel like they know that this is, yeah. Okay, no, the feminine is hard work. They're pushing hard work on him. They're asking them to get something under control. Take care of something. Let me look deeper at this. Hold on. I'm not even... This person's energy is a little scattered. This person feels resourceless. It's like they put all their eggs in one basket. It's like they feel like if they were to walk away from the situation, it would be a sudden and unpredictable change, right? And I feel like they'd leave with like only the clothes on their back. I feel like, yeah, this person it would be a really raw period, but they are being guided to do this. See that face up above them? Up above the crossroads? And then those lightning bolts at the bottom, that shock, that sudden change. And look at that terrain around him. Like, this person knows that This person knows that they have to make a change in order to better themselves, but making that change is like an earthquake in their life. We have my Prince of Wands over and over again. And it's a feminine on this, even though it's a prince. And again, there's that like, that face in the back kind of watching over. There's a fox in the bottom of this, so there could be something about a committed partner, because my fox in my animal energy deck is about a spouse or a committed partner. There's actually two faces in this one. I feel like this person's locked up physically. That could go either way. That could be like they are choosing abstinence or celibacy, or or like they have physical, like they're going to jail, like have physical chains on them. Take it as it resonates, you know? Then again, my Two of Swords here. This person feels like there's so much imagery on this card. It's beautiful. So there's a wolf on the very bottom of it. There's also an oyster on the bottom of it as well. And then in the center, it shows like a skeleton that's with flesh that's been split in half in front of it. It's not gory by any means. I'm just describing what I see. And so what I'm kind of seeing is like this person knows that in order to truly see like the intent of the people around them, they would have to walk away. This is so funny. This reminds me, when I was in college, I like lived with my boyfriend at the time, and I had moved to like live with him. So we had a lot of mutual friends in common, but they were mostly his friends. And I remember talking to one of our mutuals, or well, his best friend. That was a woman. She was amazing. Love you, Elise. But she had said to me about another mutual friend of ours. She was like, oh, you know, they moved like an hour away, so it's really unlikely that like I'm gonna see them again. And I remembered like, oh, well, I moved an hour up north here, so I wonder what would happen if I moved back home. Like, would I ever see you again? And while I love you, Elise, I really do, and this is not to push or pressure you in any way, because I know you follow me, so you might see this. I haven't seen you in like 5 years, and again, it's totally okay. We're both doing our own thing, but that's kind of what this person is going through, where they're thinking like, if I make this big move, if I make this big change, do the people in my life, does their character say that they'll stand by me, that they'll be loyal to me, that they'll support me, even if it's hard, even if it's tough, even if I have to go through like this withdrawal? And it's like, it's that kind of dynamic where it's like, man, like, you like me as a friend and as a person, but you won't drive an hour for me. And that's kind of like the standard, which is a really low standard, but it doesn't matter. That this person's kind of like looking at things through like that practical standard, that practical lens, because I think they're trying to make things in their life easier, because things have not been panning out for them. Look at my Seven of Pentacles. Whatever seeds that they were trying to plant, it's like they planted it in like the wrong soil, or on like in like bad soil, and they've committed to something that they feel like they can't get out of this. And they feel like that because they can't get out of this, they feel so helpless, so guilty. They feel like there's so much guilt because they feel like they should have seen it coming. I mean, my Three of Wands. They want like some kind of cooperation with love, but they're not sure that they'll get it. They're starting to value things differently now, value people around them differently. They're missing what they had in the past. They're like heavily trying to avoid what happened in the past because it makes them so sad that they do not have it, but they can't stop thinking about it because they feel like they deserve it, and they feel like if they could just do better, they would have it. Again, there's a Queen of Wands. There's some kind of feminine energy here. They might be wanting to return to this person. I don't know. Let's look at her energy. I want to find out. I want to know if this is like a guide, or if this is like an actual person or a commitment. Can I get the energy of this feminine? Wow, I felt something like, that was weird. That was really weird. I felt something like 2 full-sized hands touch my back. Oh, I have the hyena. Give me one more. Clarify the hyena. We have the elk. No, I'm taking the elk back. Spider at the bottom. This person... Spider's about creative expression, though. It can be about, like, messy webs, though, being tangled in, like, a messy karmic situation. Let me find out, actually. I'm just gonna... Let's go with this one, I guess. What is the relationship of this feminine to this? What is the relationship of this hyena to my bat and fire ant? What's going on there? Ooh. Okay, we have 2. Ooh. Not enough. Outdated thinking. Not enough. Outdated thinking. This hyena, she's relaxed. She's funny. She's kind of a prankster. She's chill. I know the hyenas tend to not take things seriously, or be a jokester. I don't think that this is a guide, actually, because usually if I get the hyena and it's a guide, it's because they make me laugh. I've had some clients with funny guides before. And those are always an absolute treat for me. Yeah, humor, wit, and sarcasm. This is someone who's funny. Maybe takes the edge off for this person. I feel like this hyena is like this person's... I don't know if it's a comfort space. I heard rebound. I don't know. Something is not enough here. The hyena personality is a jokester and a crowd pleaser, but below the surface there are unfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm and humor to express your truth. Are you using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships, or to mask things you feel uncomfortable discussing? What would happen if you took your goals seriously? Who is this feminine? Okay, so it's someone from their past. Yeah, it's about love. Okay, so this looks like an ex-partner. Someone from their past. A snake. An enemy. Ooh, we have kisses, unconditionally loving, but the Grim Reaper, the relationship is over. Okay. So if I get the sense like this person might have this bad. I feel like they relied pretty heavily on this hyena, so they might be like hearing their voice in their head. That might be why I confused it for a guide. This person who's feeling all this guilt, it's almost like they can, oh yeah, we did have telepathic, didn't we? It's almost like they can hear how the hyena feels about them in some way, or they can like they know this person well enough to know how they'll react to a certain type of news here. There's some type of enemy in this situation. There's a sudden change, a breakup. I get the sense, this is so funny because I can feel like this. I can feel this like secondary energy hiding here. She's meek. She's very meek. Who are you? I don't like that. Like the first one grabbed my whole back, but this one is very like tipping her head around the corner. What is that energy? The crocodile? Someone is waiting, observing. I don't think they're watching. I think they've walked away from this situation as well. Yeah. They might be feeling impatient. This feels like they're checking in on them, actually. This feels quite interesting. Hold on. I've just got like the biggest headache right here. And then I'm like super hot all of a sudden. This person might have had okay, let me grab confirmation before I yap any further. Because this is getting a little long here, Spirit. I don't want to keep digging. Okay. Projected days to weeks. Something's going to be found out here about like a forbidden love or a tragedy. That's what I was getting. Okay. Yeah, something that is like no contact. Silence. There's no negotiating. All of this being caused by some kind of financial situation. Some kind of trigger as well. A name, car, or place is being highlighted. This person's being recommended to journal. I think that will actually help them get some clarity, because what I'm seeing here and what I'm picking up on, that's actually like super uncomfortable. This is super uncomfortable, whatever triangle is here, because once I touched it, I started getting like this dazed energy. Oh my gosh, yeah, it felt like someone put a ribbon over my eyes. I get it now. I get this energy. Oh my goodness. So we have this hyena. We're in this dynamic with this bat, right? With them together. This is something from the past where like not enough was done. And I think that this was due to the bat's outdated thinking and the hyena not really pushing things, taking things too seriously. I do see the hyena kind of sticking, I don't know. I think it's going to be different for everyone. I think in some people's situations, they have stuck around to give advice, but look at that face. It feels malicious. It feels like they're part of that karmic group. Meanwhile, there's a secondary energy, this crocodile. And what are they doing here? Let me find out. What is this crocodile doing here? Their energy feels quite cool, actually. The chaser, yeah. What else? Healing heart. Yeah, whoever this crocodile person is, I feel like they're actually coming in, yeah. Chaser in a codependent relationship. I think, this is fucked up. Yeah, that's really fucked up. I think this crocodile is actually coming in because they're going through something similar to the bat. I think they're actually part of this group, and this could be even a masculine. They have kind of a feminine energy to them though. But it feels like naive or meek in some way. This is someone who wants the same, they have like the same goal or dream as the bat. And so they kind of want to like pair up and do this together, but they're not. There's something here about like a karmic group doing some kind of like activity together. I want a little bit of clarity on this, but I'm scared to get some. Mostly because I'm a baby. What's going on with this triangle? Please, Spirit. Lighten your load. Okay, all right, that's what's going on. I thought so. Yeah, this is about like that purge energy coming out again. So this feels like a group, right? I actually think it's larger than these three. I actually think that this hyena is more to the side of the bat, while like as a, I don't think that they're like directly involved with this group. I think that the crocodile and the bat are directly involved with a larger group. And with this larger group, I think that they tend to indulge in something that is not good for them or is like hurtful to them. I think it hurts as a group, and I also think it hurts each person individually. This actually kind of gives me like Train Spotting vibes. Funny enough. That's a movie about like heroin addiction. And this hyena feels like, again, they feel off to the side. They feel kind of like a support for this person. But I don't know how sincere this hyena is. And I also don't know if, I feel like, again, it could go either way. Either they have walked away from the situation, right? Because they have a more like evolved outlook on things and they're not taking things very seriously. This is the type of person who's like, this is not my business. You need to deal with this, or I will not talk to you. Or on the other hand, this could be like a more slimy individual. I'm hearing like skeezy individual, but I haven't used the word skeezy since like 2007. So, this person doesn't change is what I'm getting. Like what is it? A tiger can never change its stripes, or a zebra doesn't change its stripes, that type of vibe. But with this hyena, like they feel like some kind of offhand support. They have a strange dynamic with this bat, whatever it is. But something here wasn't enough. I feel like they add to a loop. Yeah. This bat wants to meet with someone. Okay, so who is it that the bat is trying to meet with? Who is their energy focused on? Because I see the side players in the situation. Okay, I see why they want to purge as well. There is something larger going on here that feels like... Okay, we have the dragon. Someone who's really intuitive or psychic. Someone who saw through something. I actually want to pull up the dragon. I know, this is a long reading. We have this. When I asked about this person's energy, 2 spirit cards came up. We have the cosmic egg and the dragon. That's crazy. That's crazy work. I'm going to pull up the dragon really quickly because I know that that energy is about, I think, Dharma and an inner flame. I could be wrong, though. The dragon, seeing one's most true self and balancing the ego. The dragon sees everything. Yeah, like I said, whoever they're like focusing their energy in on saw this and warned them and told them and walked away before everything went to shit, I'm getting. And this person feels really, really guilty for being blind to it when they were literally told. When they should have, like, they followed the wrong person's instructions. Remember how the fire ant is about, like, rigid thinking, following orders? They followed the wrong person's orders. I'm hearing they want to march to the beat of a different drum. That's good. That's good. And I feel like, remember how earlier I was saying this person doesn't want to look at the situation? I feel like once they kind of look at this person and look at how they've behaved in this situation, once they kind of take a step back and look at it as a whole, I get that they get why the dragon had to take a step back from them. They get why they have to purge. They get why this wasn't a healthy mode for, like, happiness, wasn't a safe mode for something unconditional. And I think that they actually feel very seen by the dragon, and that's part of why there is this anxiety to come forward, because I feel like the dragon will call them out on their crap, kind of. So they're avoiding working through this crap that they know that they need to work through. It's like this person knows they have to come correct, because the dragon will, like, they might be scared they're gonna, like, breathe fire on them for what they've done here. Anything else that I really want to highlight here? It's almost as if we are traveling with a great friend inside ourselves, talking about the dragon again. When we look in the mirror, deep into our eyes, we may even glimpse the self behind the self, the one who is watching us. This is the power of the dragon, breathing transformative fire into every cell of our bodies. That is so funny. I literally just explained that, where it's like this person needs to deal with the situation. They need to look themselves in the mirror and be honest about where they're at and make a drastic change. But they are very scared that if they admit that to someone, I think that the situation's actually already ruined because of this. So I feel like if they it's like if they come to this person, this dragon, this person that they can't stop thinking about, that they're trying to send this message to so desperately, if they actually, like, look in the mirror and think about this situation, they don't know how to deal with their guilt. This person wants forgiveness. Is that why you brought me here? You just want forgiveness? You're tiring. Oh, not you, but whoever this bat is. Could be you. It's okay. I do it for you, babe. I do it for love. Love you. This person does really want forgiveness, though, for whatever's gone on here. And then we have the cosmic egg on the bottom. There is a message coming to you. We have the hawk right under that. There's a message coming to you, and it is about this completion, this harmony. This person is changing it around. I do see them. It's weird. They want to meet and tell you the truth. Yeah, because we have truth and clarity, because they feel like you're their soulmate. Or whoever this dragon is a soulmate, and I think that they're realizing that they treated this person wrong. Yeah, once they look in the mirror, they'll see how they acted like a narcissist in this. But for now, they just have to watch. They just have to look. That's unfortunate. This person, I just heard this person has a lot of growing up to do before they can come towards this dragon, this soulmate. And I fear that maybe That also might be a fear, is that if they wait this out, and that might be part of the stress here, is that if they continue to wait, they know that they will no longer have access to this person. I actually think they don't really have access to this person as it is. So they know that they need to make some kind of quick change to get away from some kind of group. Maybe even these unhealthy coping partners that they keep around for whatever reasons. Everyone will have their own reasons, so I'm going to try not to assume, although it does feel very codependent, whatever relationships have gone down on here. And maybe they were thinking that you were going to be like that too, like codependent and given to whatever that they've got going on. And I see you just, like, you saw through it, and I feel like you told them what's up and walked away. Couldn't be me. I am not that type of person. If you aggravate me, I'm just going to go. No, you're not going to catch me like that. I don't know. Let me go ahead and get into some self-care. That could never be me, though. Genuinely. I'm not going to work this through with you. Like, And they might be worried that's how you're going to come off, too. Interesting. Okay, let me get one or two. I just want to get a song to start the self-care section. Just a song for this person. For my bat. My fire hand energies. This is taking forever. Okay, thank you. Ooh, sad. I have today, smashing pumpkins, suicidal ideation, and depression. It says on the back of it, tomorrow is much too long. I might not have that long. I tried so hard to cleanse these regrets. Remember that purge energy? Purging can be a cleanse as well. So I feel like this person is like on the precipice of a massive purge, but they're like planning it out, and they are just very depressed as well. On the back, oh, this is cute. I have Charlie, last name Wilson, by Charlie Wilson, which is about settling down. And it says, I was wondering if I could take you out. Here is my number. You don't have to be alone. But underneath that, this is funny. There's like an argument in music. Behind that, we have that Don't Impress Me Much by Shania Twain. This person is unimpressed and has high standards. So I feel like they're going to come towards someone like, you know, I've purged, I've cleansed, I've ascended or evolved in this way, or I've made these changes. Like, I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready for something more. And this person's like, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. In fact, we have Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson, which is about moving on. So yeah, there was this fear about like that dragon person moving on. So that might very well be the case. Yeah. Yeah, we have Little Lion Man with Mumford and Sons, which is all about self-loathing. It says, weep for yourself, my man, wasted on fixing all the problems that you made in your own head. And then it ends with, I really fucked it, my dear. Really fucked it up, my dear. And then, ain't it fun? Wow, it's just back to back. This person might be clairaudient. Maybe that's you're like getting messages through music from them. Ain't It Fun by Paramore, which is about maturing, and it's a wake-up call. And it says, ain't it fun living in the real world? Don't go crying to your mama. Ain't it good being all alone? Sorry, I don't mean to look so smug. It's just that I love it when my reads are so ding, ding, ding for my brain. It feels really good. Yeah, this person has some secrets. This person needs to get a health checkup, especially if they've been with multiple partners, okay? Someone here needs to hydrate. I'm also getting, someone might have like a UTI. That might be a big issue here. Maybe this person will throw off your pH balance. Just a side note. It's funny because this flew out of the deck when I said that, and is the massage card. So you might benefit from a massage. This person, oh yeah, I was getting my neck earlier. This person might benefit from a massage. And then we have clean your space coming out. But again, that's that like purge energy. We have deep breathing. I know I'm doing self-care for whoever the bat is, but I feel like my viewer is not the bat. I feel like my viewer is getting this video to explain why they're going through what they're going through. But who knows, maybe I am dealing with a bat person. So Let me grab a crystal for you. Just one or two, please. Oh, okay. We have apatite. Apatite is an incredibly useful stone. It helps making one more outgoing and social. Having this stone on your person in group situations encourages you to talk comfortably with others. It opens the throat chakra. That, I think, is actually really important for this person. I'm hearing, like, truth, like this person wants to give the people around them, like, a truth serum. Like, they want to see what they really think. And like, intentions, motivations are really important. I feel like this person is trying to figure out the character of the people around them. Yeah, we have obsidian on the back. Obsidian is a protective stone, known to be the strongest. The stone allows you to be protected from incoming negative energy in daily life. Yeah. Okay, I want to go ahead and grab some. Oh, it's actually over here. My charms. If you are noise sensitive, I recommend that you turn the volume down because this can get a little bit loud, okay? Okay, well, that was really easy. I usually don't take it off the top like that, but all right. I have 3. You got too many tarots, 4 affirmations, 2, 3 charms. Someone might be doing magic in this situation. Magic to keep someone stuck or to keep themselves protected. Because look, we have my Wiccan or pagan sign was attached to the back of my ghost. Someone might be protecting themselves so this person physically can't come towards them. We have my frog here. Just need to like lighten your load again. That's about, like, frogs shouldn't be carrying a heavy weight. It can also be a call to come back to water. We have the star and, oh, the 6 of Swords to pair with that for the mini tarot. Now, the star is all about healing, but the 6 of Swords in reverse, it's like being on the wrong path. So I feel like this person is waking up to the fact that they've been on the wrong path for a hot second now, and they need to hightail it out of there, buddy. We have all you need is love. Groovy feeling. I have wish you were here. This person is missing. The bat is missing the dragon real hard. I feel like the hyena and the crocodile are just there for like support. I feel like the crocodile isn't even really there. They're just kind of like watching, but not interacting. Maybe they're reading, I don't know. But the hyena seems to be interacting, but not, there's not really like value in that. Sorry, we also have make your dreams a reality. And then for the fortunes, we have you are capable, competent, creative, careful, prove it. We have a tempting proposal will soon present itself. And then we also have a wish will be granted after a long delay. I only have one initial here, and it's K. So Katie, Caitlin, Catherine, Kathy, Kylie, Kyle, Casey, Kara, Carrie, Karen, Case, Kane, Cal. Yeah, okay. I think that's what, oh, Ken. That's what I'm seeing for you today. Thank you so much for joining me, and let me know down in the comments how this resonated for you. I am available for private readings, as well as I have Websy products up for sale on my shop, like potpourri, altar boards, etc. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye!